This episode is brought to you by CarterComics.com. It's your one-stop shop for all your comic needs, whether it be graded or raw. Carter Comics has got it all. All you gotta do is go to CarterComics.com, fill your card up with all their amazing comics. Use the discount code FREAKNET, FREAKNET. Save you 10% at checkout. Not only on their website, but also at their eBay account. And the link to eBay can be found on their homepage at CarterComics.com. Again, CarterComics.com is your one-stop shop for all comic needs.
It's time! It's time! It's JFW time!
Alright guys, it's time to get up the ring with the greatest faction in podcast history. Just Freakin Wrestling, the JFW Podcast, hosted by Travesty.
I'm Dizzle J.
Oh God, the OGs are back together. Yeah. Respond.
Yes, sir.
There we go. Fucking man, don't make this one-sided. God damn.
Well, I don't want to steal your guys' yeah.
Oh God, it's so much fun. Yeah,
I feel bad for Nubby sometimes. I really do.
Hey, he could join in. He just chooses not to.
I know.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. He just doesn't want to enjoy the fun. I get it. Fun. It's okay. It feels like it hasn't been that long, but I guess it really hasn't because, like, what was it, last week or the week? No, a week before we were together.
Yeah, like 2 weeks or something like that.
Yeah, so it's good talking to you again. Good seeing you here. We're going to talk about NXT Battlegrounds. A lot of cool things. First times ever for NXT happening tomorrow as we're recording this on Saturday, which is awesome because there's no really big rush for a show coming out. Saturday, however, we are going to be back next Saturday to cover Clash at the Castle.
Yes, sir.
Which I think that is, I think it's 12 o'clock our time it starts. So that'll be interesting. So we'll dive into NXT. We'll go over what's going on there. We'll cover some predictions, and then we'll kind of follow up and talk about anything else news, anything else wrestling related and shit. So, Jay, if you're ready, you want to talk a little bit about NXT Battlegrounds? Well, first off, how you doing? You good?
I'm good. I'm tired, but I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Anything else we can discuss otherwise? This isn't this freaking show.
No, I just got done with that. Oh, and by the way, for those of you who are fans of this freaking show as well, I just got done interviewing Apex. The guy behind Apex, talking about nutrition and all that stuff. So that show's coming out Sunday. So make sure you go listen to that. So, you know, you can appreciate who he is outside the ring, but he can still fuck himself inside the ring. But no, dude, I know a couple months back you're really looking forward to getting to the Mr. Bill Classic and taking your kid with and everything, and unfortunately you weren't able to. Has there been any other plans or any other things scheduled to get to a independent show? Because I was actually going to see if you guys are free today to maybe check out the ARW show on Lake Station. I mean, it might be too late to plan anything, but is there any plans to go to an independent show in the future?
Eventually, yeah. It's now I got my oldest son's coming in town, so I'm kind of just holding on to money so that when he's in town, because we're gonna go up to Rockford and stuff and visit the aunt and uncle, and maybe do some other things while he's in town. So
Gotcha.
I was kind of thinking about catching the free show of SCW, but then I looked at how busy it might be, and I think that might be too much for him to handle the whole crowd of people.
Oh, the free show tomorrow? Yeah.
Yeah.
I still don't know if I'm gonna be there or not. So
it looks utterly ridiculous. I don't know how bad the traffic's going to be. Like, I still got to do a little bit of shopping, and I'm not looking forward to going out there.
I'm trying to avoid that area this entire weekend until it's fucking over. But I was originally told we weren't commentating the show, so I made other plans, with it being Sunday. Sundays usually kind of became more of my day to do my shit.
Right.
And then it turns out they are going to do commentary. So I'm going to do my best to make it, but I already made plans to go do other things. And as much as I love SCW, I haven't missed an SCW show in 2 years. And regardless of everyone else that's on that roster in that company, I'm the only person that has been to every single show since I think since it came back from the pandemic. So, if I miss one, so be it. It's fine.
Yeah.
But no, I was gonna see if you wanted to go ARW tonight, and I was actually gonna offer to buy the tickets too, and drive. So it wouldn't have cost you a dime, and it wouldn't cost you any gas other than driving to my house. We can go here, but like I said, if you guys don't want to go, you don't have to. I might still go just because I want to find out if I'm really gonna be arrested and shit. So
I heard that. I was like, it kind of made me want to go.
Yeah, right. I'm kind of curious, because that fucking stupid giraffe-looking motherfucker wants to sit there and run his mouth because I'm fat and he thinks I'm going to get arrested if I show up at ARW, which my good buddy Joey Boom Boom confirmed with me. Not true. Not going to happen. So fuck you, Ched.
See, the craziest thing is like, he'll fuck with y'all thinking he won't get hit, but he messed with me, I'll fucking hit him. I don't give a shit.
It's annoying that he thinks he could do what he fucking wants as he stands there in his sweatpants and Crocs. But fuck him, I know he's not going to do anything to me. I don't know where he gets this grand illusion that I'm going to be fucking arrested if I show up at ARW. Because the fact of the matter is, I haven't been to an ARW show since the Black and Blue Wednesday 2 years ago. Ivan's retirement. The last time I was there, Ivan was retiring. Now he's fucking back. But the thing is, people at ARW fucking people all over this fucking business fucking like me. I don't know anyone in this business who doesn't fucking like me, which is insane because I am not a good fucking person. That's a lie. I'm a good person. I'm not a nice person. So for people to like me is dumb, but it's just a fact. Ivan fucking likes me. Max Holiday fucking likes me. Josh, the camera guy, commentator, whoever the fuck he is, the guy who wrestled Judas Chavez fucking likes me. One of the workhorses fucking like me. The other two don't. Fuck them. Who cares? Muggsy James fucking likes me. I think Charlie Jr. fucking likes me. James Creed, Ched's favorite fucking wrestler, fucking likes me. It's like the idea where he thinks like, oh, people don't fucking like me. They don't want me. No one wants me at ARW. I'll tell you what. They don't, regardless if they like me or not, they want that fucking ticket money, so what's up?
Weren't you the super, when we did the
SCW ARW awards? Yes,
yeah.
I was the ARW guy.
You were the ARW guy.
Yeah, because ARW is fucking awesome. I enjoy ARW. I mean, I still enjoyed SCW, but ARW is more of the rugged fucking evil, they're the fucking guys, fucking SCW.
Your boy Holiday.
Yeah, SCW was just a band of fucking John Cena's. Fuck that. I wanted the CM Punks. So
yeah.
No, it's fucking Joey Boom Boom and I. We still have a good relationship. We still talk and everything. He's a solid fucking guy, and he knows I'm awesome. He also knows, just like a lot of other people know, that JFW does consistently talk about their shows
for free.
And I'm sure ARW would hate for me to have to not talk about them just because one of their stupid fucking idiotic, big bird featherless looking asshole fucking fans want to sit there in their croc and sweatpants and shit in the front row, breathing through their fucking mouth, looking all fucking glazy eyed over because he's trying to figure out a fucking hip toss from an arm drag, that I'm going to get fucking arrested if I show up. And you know what? If I was to go and sit in the front row directly across from the ring and just stare at this motherfucker the entire fucking time, that'd be my fucking prerogative. I wouldn't do it because I don't, no one wants to. It's kind of like, what's that fucking serpent bitch from fucking Greek mythology? You stare into her fucking, yeah. It's like that with this guy, except instead of fucking turning into cement, you turn into a bitch. And I'm not going to fucking do that because I don't want to instigate anything in person. I'll do it here on the show. I don't give a fuck. but I don't want to instigate anything in person because I don't want to fucking bring that problems to fucking ARW. Now, if he wants to cause those fucking problems, that's fine. And he's told me very specifically he doesn't want us communicating. He doesn't want to talk to me. He doesn't want me talking to him, and I'm fine with that. Don't fucking walk up to me at shows though and fucking start talking to me because it doesn't work one way. You don't want me talking to you. You don't get to fucking talk to me. You lose that right. So when everyone else is fucking walking up to Travesty and getting my attention and talking to me because I am valued, you don't get to fucking walk up to me in your stupid fucking Crocs and your stupid fucking sweatpants and your looking, mouth breathing, eyes glazing motherfucking look and come up to me and start telling me James Creed's the best person in the fucking world and I'm screwing Nubby out fucking title belts. Fuck yourself. Don't care. I didn't cause Nubby to lose a fucking title. I gave Nubby more title shots than I've ever given anyone in the fucking history of high voltage and shit. And he even won the fucking title. Things just happen. But that's my fault. I'm going to lose my job. Tell you what, Flat Top's at fucking ARW. He's still a senior referee over there. Why don't you go ask the president of SCW why he's at ARW if he's going to fucking fire me? He'll tell you no, you stupid fucking sweatpants wearing croc bitch. Fuck you. Okay. Battlegrounds is Sunday. June 9th.
Battlegrounds is Sunday.
It is 2024 NXT Battlegrounds, marked as NXT Battlegrounds Las Vegas, is an upcoming professional wrestling event produced by WWE. It will be the second annual Battlegrounds held for the promotion, developmental brand NXT, and the seventh Battlegrounds overall, in partnership with Ultimate Fighting Championship, UFC, WWE's sister company under TKO Group Holdings. The event will take place on June 9, 2024 at the UFC Apex in the Las Vegas suburb of Enterprise, Nevada. It will be WWE's first event held at the venue and will air via the company's live streaming platform. Rapper Sexy Red will host the event. Jay, you're more into music than I am. Have you heard of Sexy Red before this?
No.
Okay.
I thought maybe she was a professional wrestler from a different organization.
Yeah. Janae Nira Wary, known professionally as Sexy Red, is an American rapper. She rose to prominence with the release of her 2023 single Pound Town. Awesome. Fucking role models. It popularity spawned the remix sequel Pound Town 2, which became her first entry on the Billboard 100. I never heard it.
My rap tastes are a little more not mainstream. Let's say that.
No, I don't know what that means.
Like
you wrap yourself in the shower and shit.
No,
Tugging
they
on my
don't play it
dick.
on radio.
This shit is sick. What?
They don't play it on mainstream radio.
Moaning
It's
and
like
a howl. Somebody grab me a towel. What? Cheers.
still better than Pacman's.
Yeah, it didn't take me 5 months to come up with it. Speaking of Pacman, I forgot to mention on this freaking show, but I'll probably do it next week, but I can do it here, at least on this show. If you guys are following us on social media as far as Freakin Studios goes, you know that we added 2 additional podcasts onto our network. So we officially welcomed the Lovely Intoxicated Men onto Freakin Studios, as well as Jedi Talk, who is hosted by Tom and a couple of his other friends. I haven't had an opportunity to really meet and talk to them about. I know one of them wears pink khaki shorts and sit in lawn chairs. I think his name's Brad. I don't fucking remember. But Jedi Talk is hosted by Tom, who also hosts the Fourth Mother Box, who is also part of Freakin Studios. They are joining us along with the LIM. So we have, over the course of a year, grown from 2 podcasts to now 6.
Nice.
So I'm very happy with it. I'm glad that Freakin Studios has finally grown into what I want it to be, and that was just a community of podcasts that are working to build each other up and, you know, create popularity and helping us get out there more. Also, the collaboration concept between shows. I would love if we could find a time for you and I to start putting out YouTube content together. And I thought one thing we could do is kind of reaction videos to songs.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, you know, everyone else is doing it, and I think our views, and since we listen to completely different fucking music, because I don't listen to fucking rap and Slipknot and shit like that, ICP and all that garbage, but you do. We can listen to your music, and we can both give our opinions, and we can listen to my music, and we can both give our opinions, and maybe we eventually find songs that have common ground in between the two. I thought it'd be a kind of cool idea. It'll probably most likely be Jelly Roll. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe
we just put out a banger with Falling in Reverse.
Yeah. Post Malone, probably, yeah. So I'm sure we'll find Tom McDonald. I don't know if you listen to him.
Oh,
I do like him.
I do like him.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just it's just shit like that. And I know a lot of people do reaction videos for new release songs, but I would also like to do some classic and older songs too. So maybe we'll look at doing that down the line or something like that and start putting out some reaction videos to music and stuff. So but again, welcome Jedi Talk and Lovely Intoxicated Podcast to Freakin Studios. Happy for you guys to be here. And again, we've been promoting them anyways. Now it's just kind of official. So
we should send a fine to Pacman for getting his title when showing up to a title match.
Yeah, how stupid is that?
Right?
Yeah, you know he fucking did that shit on purpose.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, how do you never forget it you never forget to bring it to a fucking wrestling show? I could have sworn you walked around and fucking work with it one time. Yeah, I doubt he fucking forgot to bring it. Yeah. Jesus Christ. Battlegrounds was previously an annual professional wrestling pay-per-view event established by WWE in 2013. The inaugural 2013 event was held in October, but then moved to July from 2014 to 2017. Battleground was then discontinued after the 2017 event, as WWE ceased producing brand-exclusive pay-per-views for the main roster brands, Raw and SmackDown, resulting in less pay-per-view events held per year. However, in April of 2023, the company revised the event for its developmental brand NXT, which aired via WWE's live stream platforms. I noticing a lot when you look at NXT, a lot of it used to just be stand and delivers.
Or takeover, I think too.
Or, NXT takeovers. Now a lot of them are transitioning over to WCW pay-per-view names, Halloween Havoc, Bash at the Beach, ECW, with the next NXT pay-per-view being Heatwave. Then obviously this one being Battlegrounds and everything. So I think it's kind of cool because, and I know like you give credit to where credit's due. I think AEW kind of came up with this concept before, but having like their televised shows, but having like a marquee name to it,
like a themed.
Yeah. Because I think that's. I don't think Heatwave is a premium live event. I'm sorry, no. Bash at the Beach isn't a premium live event. It's just one of their weekly shows, like NXT. Bash at the Beach. I think Halloween Havoc was televised too and stuff. So this obviously is unique because not only is it a NXT premium live event, which usually is just, I think, stand and deliver for WrestleMania, but this is also happening in Las Vegas at the UFC Apex Arena. So it's pretty unique. And one of the matches we're going to run through is very MMA UFC related, and we'll get into that here in a minute. On January 26, 2024, WWE announced a second NXT Battleground and 7th Battleground overall, thus establishing it as an annual live streaming event for NXT. The event was originally scheduled for Memorial Day weekend on May 26th, that was my birthday, at the End Market Arena. Thank you, by the way. End Market Arena in Savannah, Georgia. However, on April 22nd, 2024, the company announced that in partnership with UFC, WWE's sister company under TKO Group Holdings, the event would instead be held at the UFC Apex in Las Vegas suburb of Enterprise, Nevada on June 9th, with the event also promoted as NXT Battleground Las Vegas. Tickets went on sale May 24th. Let's see here. At Stand and Deliver on April 6th, NXT General Manager Ava, for those of you who don't know, that is Dwayne Johnson's daughter. For those of you who don't know, is The Rock. And if you didn't know any of that stuff, why are you listening?
You're listening to the wrong fucking podcast.
NXT General Manager Ava announced a new secondary women's championship for NXT called the NXT Women's North American Championship, marking it the first women's secondary championship in WWE. TBS title is in AEW, so obviously this isn't a new thing with having a secondary singles title,
right?
But interesting that it's happening on NXT and not the main roster. So, first question I'm going to ask you here today is this a kickoff point? Is this kind of like a beta testing to see how secondary women's titles are going to work before WWE officially does it? Or do you think WWE is going to have it? It's just maybe down the line, or what do you think?
It's definitely got to be a beta test to see if people are interested in having an Intercontinental Women's Championship or United States Women's Championship to go for, which makes sense in reality.
Yeah.
But I also think, and going back and talking to wrestling buddies, that the women probably need their own show.
Oh, I said that. I've said that for years.
I think we've said that for years.
Sure, whatever.
Whatever.
I just said it and you agreed, but yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, you got 3 hours worth of Raw. You can do an hour's worth of women.
Yeah.
You have more than enough talent.
Yeah. Yeah, like the separation of the responsibilities here. 2/3. Yeah.
Yes.
Obviously AEW has the TBS title. It's not called the women's,
Right.
whatever. This is known as the Women's North American Championship. Main roster comes around. Couldn't you easily just revive the European title and you just make the European title for women only? Or do you have to have like the Women's United States Championship?
I think you would probably have to do something like maybe not the United States Championship, but the Intercontinental Championship, the Women's Intercontinental Championship. That way it's just not. I'm shocked that they still stuck with the U.S. title because of all the hoopla and the wokeness and shit. But
Wait,
the
what?
Intercontinental, with all the anti-American kneeling bullshit that's happened over the years, that they've actually kept that title. You know what I mean? And
Gotcha.
it means something to us, guys like us who have been watching it since we were shit diapers. So, but whatever. I think they'd be more willing to go with the Intercontinental Championship because that covers more worldwide.
Yeah, I just don't like. I just don't know. I think if they do, and we can make a small wager on this. I bet if they do a women's title and they do parody off of a current title, I bet it's the U.S. title. I don't think they'll make a women's Intercontinental Championship. I bet it will be the Women's United States Championship.
We can put a small wager on this.
I wouldn't mind wagering it. Fuck yeah. I wouldn't mind that.
The beard versus beard?
What? What'd you say?
Goatee versus beard?
No. Fuck no. No. Fuck no. Don't be stupid. Yeah.
You just thought about losing it for a second.
Loser impregnates a crack whore. I'm sorry. Okay, anyways. Right? Oh, God, I'd have to find crack whore. I'll just fucking go where you live. During week 2 of NXT Spring Break, and Ava announced that the inaugural championship will be crowned at Battlegrounds in a 6-woman ladder match, with the participants determined through qualifying matches, and the participants in those qualifiers will come from the results of a NXT Women's Combine. The Combine evaluated the athlete's speed, power, strength, and conditioning, with the top 12 moving on to the qualifiers. The top 12 from the Combine in order were Solo Ruka, Chase University's Thea Hale, OTM's Jada Parker, Brinley Reese, the OC's Meechin from SmackDown, Fallon Henley, the Metaphors, Lash Legend, and Diamond Mines Ivy Nile from Raw, Izzy Dame, Kalani Jordan, Tatum Paxley, and Ren Sinclair. The first 2 qualifying matches took place on the May 14th episode of NXT, where Ruka and Legend defeated Dame and Nile, respectively. On the May 21st episode, Henley and Parker disqualified by defeating Hale and Reese, respectively. The last 2 qualifying matches took place on May 28th, where Meechin and Jordan qualified by defeating Paxley and Sinclair, respectively. At Stand and Deliver on April 6th, Obafemi retained the North American Championship in a triple threat match involving Josh Briggs and Dijak. On the following episode of NXT, when Femi celebrated his successful title defense, he was interrupted by Raw's Ivar, who wanted a title match. Femi accepted, and the match took place at NXT 2 of of Night 2 of NXT Spring Breakin', where Femi retained the title. After the match, Wesley, who had been sidelined with a back injury since December of 2023, made his return and stared down Femi. On May 14th episode, Lee, Ivar, and Briggs argued over who should get the title match. Femi decided to let the three fight amongst themselves. A triple threat match between Lee, Ivar, and Briggs was scheduled for the following week, where the winner would face Femi for the title at NXT Battlegrounds. Later that night, Gallus, Joe Coffey, Mark Coffey, and Wolfgang made their return and attacked the three competitors. Ivar ended up getting injured and taken out of action for an indefinite period of time. Later, NXT General Manager Ava announced that Joe would replace Ivar in the triple threat match. The following week, both Lee and Joe pinned Briggs, and the two men were considered the winners. Later that night, NXT General Manager Ava set up a triple threat match between Femi, Lee, and Joe for the title of Battlegrounds. Okay, Dizzle J's opinion. Viking Raiders. How's their run been in wrestling? Or in WWE, I guess.
In WWE?
NXT, phenomenal.
Phenomenal in NXT.
But they're called, what are they, like the War Raiders or something like that?
The War Raiders before WWE. I believe in NXT, too.
Well, in NXT, I think they're like the War Raiders, right?
Yeah, they came in as the War Raiders or something like that.
And then when they went to fucking WWE, I think it was first like the Viking Experience.
The Viking Experience.
And then it changed to Viking Raiders.
The Viking Raiders.
Obviously, Ivar's been around, but I can't remember the other dude's name because he's been gone for fucking so long on injury. But now they're both out. Is the Viking Raiders kind of like a lost cause team for WWE? Is it something maybe they should move on from? Or what's your thoughts?
I think that terrible booking has been part of their issue because they were over.
Yeah.
And I think they'd still be over. But I think that they've lost and become a comedy act. And those guys, why they did a great job with the comedy act, especially the stuff they did with New Day.
Yeah.
They don't need to be a comedy act. You're talking these guys could have came in like the Legion of Doom or the Road Warriors, whatever you want to call them, or Demolition, and just should have tore apart the tag team division. I'm hoping
that with them both being gone and maybe eventually making a return, now that because I can only imagine that the Viking Raiders was a Vinnie Mac idea.
Yeah.
I'm hoping when they come back, fucking Paul Levesque is like, yeah, let's go back to what made you guys great in NXT. Let's bring that back. Let's bring back the War Raiders, whatever the fuck they're called. Actually, I can probably look it up real quick here. Where the fuck was I at?
I don't think they'll do the war thing, though.
I think they'll do the war thing?
I think they'll still stick with the Viking Raiders.
I don't think so. Let's see here. What?
Weren't they called War Machine at one point?
War Machine. Yeah, War Machine. Yeah. Ivar and Road, dubbed War Machine, made their TV debut attacking Heavy Machinery and a team of Riddick Moss and Tino Sabatelli. The Viking. Excuse me. Viking Experience, Viking Raiders, War Machine, War Raiders. So I think they're a War Machine somewhere else, and maybe they came here, became War Raiders.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Because War Machine they couldn't probably call it that on TV because of
Kiss.
Marvel.
Ooh, I'm gonna say it's more Kiss than Marvel. Come on now, Hulk Hogan. Got away with that shit. Oh wait, I gotta go back one more. Get back. Here I am. Okay. During week 1 of NXT Spring Breakin', Raw's Shayna Baszler returned to NXT to accompany Lola Vice in her NXT Underground match against Natalya. Also from Raw, who was accompanied by Carmen Petrovic. I don't fucking know. During week 2 of Spring Breakin', Vice won the match. After that, the rivalry between the two teams continued. And on the May 14th episode of NXT, Natalya and Petrovic challenged Baszler and Vice to a tag match on the next week's episode, which was made official. There, Natalia Petrovic won the match. After that, Vice turned on Baszler and a brawl started between the two. NXT General Manager Ava then announced that the match between the two at NXT Battlegrounds where Baszler proposed an NXT Underground match, which was made official. Is fucking Underground ever a good thing for fucking WWE?
I don't think so. I mean, it's an interesting concept. I just don't think it's gotten over. Maybe with Baszler it can. Who knows?
I'd prefer to see and I can't remember the fucking name of the match, but it's basically like that cage match has that ledge on the top of it.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. I forget what it's called too.
Yeah, I can't remember. I mean, that's a fucking good match. I just remember Riddle had that match against somebody. I just can't remember who the fuck it was. But that was a fucking good match. On May 21st episode of NXT, after talking to Raw General Manager Adam Pearce and SmackDown Manager Nick Aldis, NXT General Manager Ava announced that Roxanne Perez will be defending the NXT Women's Championship at NXT Battlegrounds against somebody from the main roster, and her opponent will be announced the following week. On the next episode, however, Ava revealed the reigning TNA's Knockout World Champion Jordan Grace from Total Nonstop Action Wrestling would challenge Perez for the NXT Women's Championship at Battlegrounds. What was your thought when you heard this?
I thought it was awesome.
Did you watch it all, or you just kind of like
no? I
highlights of it all, or
I read about it and that was it. A lot of shit going on in life. So I read about it. I like Jordan Grace. I've followed her for a few years when TNA was prominent on my TV.
Like in bushes and shit.
Huh?
What?
In bushes? Yeah. I would not fuck with her. That woman's built like a small fucking tank.
It was amazing when they made this announcement, but the fact that she wrestled on NXT this past week was fucking fantastic too. Hell of a fucking show. I'm glad with this, because I know a lot of people were thinking after I forgot who the guy that got let go from TNA was.
Scott D'Amore.
Scott D'Amore. I know a lot of people thought after he got let go that the relationship wasn't going to fucking happen anymore. It is, and it's actually even bigger than before. And we know that at TNA and WWE had an agreement years ago too, where they loaned out Christian Cage in return, was able to use Ric Flair on the Hall of Fame and shit like that. So I'm interested to see what happens here. And I think I mentioned it on the indie show of JFW. But how cool would it be if War Games was still in NXT and they did a TNA NXT fucking War Games?
That would be dope.
Right?
That would be so dope.
I guess technically they could still do it on the main roster if they choose to. Yeah. NXT versus TNA. I mean, I think there should be a freaking 5 of that.
Of who should be the 5 on each side?
Yeah.
Okay. We can do that next month.
I think we can do that next. I think that'd be fun. I mean, we got time till fucking War Games comes over, but yeah, I mean, I think it's a cool concept. Even like I said, I don't think this is the end of it. I think it's just the beginning of it. But how fucking cool is it? That the TNA fucking Jordan Grace gets an opportunity to wrestle at the UFC Apex Arena against the NXT Women's Champion. It's such a fucking cool moment in wrestling.
It's definitely like everybody talks Forbidden Doors and stuff like that, and this has never been done. AEW does it all the time, and TNA has done it before, where they used to have the World Classic Cup, and they'd bring in people from all over, and it was a pointed system. That was a pretty neat thing to watch too.
Yeah, but even before that, fucking WCW did that with fucking All Japan Wrestling, New Japan Wrestling. WWF did it with ECW.
Right.
Yeah, it's not a new concept. It's a shocking concept. Yeah, it's a shocking concept now because that kind of idea fucking went away. Because when it was only just WWE, Vince didn't want the fucking other people fucking popping up and coming and going. He wanted control of whoever was under his fucking umbrella. And AEW was like, oh, let's fucking just do this and shit. And It's great because now you can bring these Forbidden Door people in here and take the spot of the people who just sit at home and do fucking nothing. So awesome. Good job, fucking AEW. On February 20th episode of NXT, SmackDown's The OC made a surprise return to NXT and attacked Axiom and Nathan Frazier. The two teams later entered a tournament for the NXT Tag Team Championship as Stand and Deliver, which Axiom and Frazier won. On the May 21st episode of NXT, Gallows and Anderson attacked Axiom and Frazier after their successful title defense. 1 week later, a title match between the two teams was scheduled for Battlegrounds. OC was here, got released, came back.
Yeah.
They're not really doing anything with them.
No, and it looks like they've kind of maybe split them up from Styles, maybe not.
Well, I know. So they were out there. They were out there last Friday when Styles did his fake return.
The Mark Henry.
Yeah, and Gallows and Anderson were on the stage, blocking people from coming down, stopping them from doing the Styles Clash and Cody Rhodes. They were out there with him last night when AJ and Cody scheduled to face each other and clash at the Castle in the I Quit match. They were also, so I think they're kind of bringing them back together now. And I think now that they're all kind of heels and on the same boat, I think they're trying to bring them back together. But between the bloodline, between Judgment Day, I think they lose a lot of interest in creating a WWE based Bullet Club.
Yeah,
I think they missed the mark on that shit. But I mean, they're still calling themselves the Good Brothers or the OC and all that shit. So let's see. I mean, they were tag champions before. Let's see if they can do it again. On May 14th episode of NXT, Noam Dar was attacked backstage by an unknown assailant. Dar's Meta 4 stablemates Oro Mensah and Jakara Jackson assumed NXT champion Trick Williams attacked Dar, but fellow stablemate Lash Legend defended Williams. The following week, Meta 4 interrupted Williams when Mensah and Jackson still accusing Williams of attacking Dar, but Legend still defending him, saying that Williams knows all about getting jumped backstage due to his recent feud with Carmelo Hayes, and that he wouldn't do the same to Dar. On the May 28th episode, Mensah was attacked by the same unknown assailant. Later that night, the unknown assailant was revealed to be the debuting Ethan Page, who attacked Williams and posed with the NXT Championship. The following week, Page signed the contract with NXT, which granted him a match against Williams for the NXT Championship at Battlegrounds. I don't know who Ethan Page is, but you seemed excited about this.
I was all ego Ethan Page. He again, he's someone that came up from TNA. He did go to AEW for a minute, but then you know how that works.
Yeah.
His run, I like what TNA does sometimes when people leave, they kill off the characters in weird form. Like his last match was a match against himself as Karate Boy in like a video game style. It was weird, but he ended up killing himself and then goes to AEW. But he's a good talent. I'm glad to see him in WWE.
Awesome. I'm excited to see what his theme song is because they haven't really debuted one. Okay, let's dive into predictions. I got Nubbies. I got Pacman's. It's time for us to do ours.
Let's roll.
First match, ladder match for the inaugural NXT Women's North American Championship. Give me 1 second. Oh, man. I quit smoking, so everything's fucking breaking up. Congratulations, Travis. Thanks, Jay.
I haven't had a real cigarette since last Friday.
I don't give a fuck. You could have said congratulations to me and you didn't, so I don't give a shit about yours either.
Oh, well, I did the vape, though. That's the only
That's
difference.
fine. I don't care. Go do meth. I don't give a fuck about you. I'm just kidding. Good job. Why haven't you smoked since Friday?
I did just random decision.
Oh, so now you're vaping?
Yeah.
Oh, good job being a 15-year-old girl. Okay. So we got... Well, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I had to have something to like interchange with it. If I could do this for a month, then I'm going to give up the vaping too.
I'm sorry, the vape or the 15-year-old girl? What did you need of?
The vape.
Gotcha. Okay. Just want to clarify.
Yeah.
Dude, I sit over there on Monday listening to fucking Pacman, like, passive aggressively talk about butt fucking his brother. So I don't fucking know anymore. God. Okay, ladder match for the inaugural NXT Women's North American Championship. We got Sol Ruka, Lash Legend, Fallon Henley, Jada Parker, Michin, and Kalani Jordan. Bax went Lash. Nubby went Michin. Who you got?
I'll go Michin.
I'm gonna go Sol Ruka. Yeah. How do you feel about Michin over Mia Yim? I mean, I think Michin is Japanese for cousin or whatever, but how do you feel about that over Mia Yim?
Crazy.
I could have sworn it was like Japanese for cousin.
I don't know. It's different.
No, I gotta figure it out. Meaning, there we go.
Michin.
Michi is a term. I don't fucking know. There is no Michin. Oh wait, I gotta go. And let's see what that says. Nope, it just says Michi. Michin, Japanese. It's Korean for crazy. No, I don't understand life itself anymore.
I don't understand because she's not really crazy.
Is she Korean?
I don't know.
It's fine. It's not important. She's hot. That's all that fucking matters. Well, no, she's talented. That's what matters. But she's also hot. Good job, Keith Lee. Triple threat match for the NXT North American Championship. Oba Femi, Wes Lee, Joe Coffey. Nubby went Wes Lee. Who you got?
Lee's returning, right?
Lee is returning. Joe Coffey technically returning too. Wesley and Joe Coffey kind of returned like a week apart from each other, but yeah.
I'm gonna go Lee too.
Okay. Shit. It's. I don't. I'm gonna go Coffee. I'm gonna say Coffee takes it. Pacman thinks Oba is gonna retain. NXT Underground match. Lola Vice versus Shayna Baszler. If you guys don't know what an underground match is, basically it's just MMA. It's a ring. It's a ring without ropes and shit. So it's fine. Both these women, obviously former MMA fighters. The only difference is Lola Vice is in her mid-20s with like 6 matches. Shayna Baszler's in her early 40s, surprisingly, with 20-something matches. So, who you got?
I go Baszler. Which I know it's an NXT show and she's not an NXT person, but
No, I'm gonna go Shayna too.
That's another person I feel like they've dropped the ball with.
Well, the thing is too is like you could definitely see the difference. So obviously, people come from NXT who were crushing it, go to the main roster, fucking fail, but now they're starting to like rebuild them because you kind of see how Triple H is changing the shit because all the other stuff comes down to fucking Vince and his fucking bullshit. So we all went with Shayna. Pacman went Shayna, and Nubby also went Shayna. This is the one where I'm kind of iffy on because so it's a singles match for the NXT Women's Championship. It's current champion Roxanne Perez taking on Jordynne Grace. Now here's the thing. I think it's going to be a no contest. So if I put no contest, do I get the point?
If it's a no contest.
Yeah. Because if it's no contest and you pick somebody, you can't say technically they won, but also technically they lost. You know what I'm saying?
No, if it's, in my opinion, if you pick no contest and it's a no contest or a double count out or double knockout, whatever, then you win. But if it's Jordan Grace wins, you don't get the point.
Because Jordan Grace could win, but also she could win. I don't see them giving the NXT title to Jordan Grace. I just don't see that happening. But
See, my thing is, I do see it happening because that would be a great storyline.
See, I think Jordan Grace. My mind is either Jordan Grace wins by disqualification, or it's a no contest. And that's where I'm fucking torn now because I could just pick and say, hey, Jordan Grace wins. In my mind, it's disqualification, but hell, she could fucking win. But I can also see it as being a no contest, so neither one looks fucking weak and neither one looks fucking bad. I'm going to go Jordan Grace. I'm picking Jordan Grace for this one just because I think Perez will probably do a disqualification. Because the thing is, too, it's like, we don't know what the relationship of NXT and TNA is going fucking forward. So if Jordan was to win the title, obviously she's going to have to come back, have to defend the title. And how often is she going to defend it? And how often is she going to be around when she still has TNA obligations? And also she does obligations at other fucking places. If Roxanne Perez just gets disqualified or cheats to win, Jordan can leave, go off and do her shit, and then come back at a special rematch later on down the line. I'm going to say, or it could just be a fucking no contest, and they both could be counted out, whatever the fuck it is, or they both go double pin. Nobody looks bad, nobody looks good. It just is what it is. But I'll go with Jordan Grace winning, but I think it's going to be by disqualification. I don't think she's going to walk away with the title. Pacman went Roxanne. Nubby went Roxanne. What you going with?
I'm going with Jordan. I think there's a better story there.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of how it happens, like you were just saying, if she wins, she comes back. The reported salary she's getting from her appearances is 6 figures. I don't see them investing 6 figures into a not returning person.
Yeah.
So, plus she's a great talent.
She's fucking awesome.
She's over.
Oh my god, I want her and Zoe Starks. That'd be a great fucking match.
Her and Natalya.
Yeah. I'm fine without Natalya. I like Natalya, but
I think it's time for her to go. I would like to see her have one more run in the championship before she goes, but it's not going to happen.
Yeah. But I want to see Jordan. I want to see her and Zoe Starks. I want to see her and Bianca Belair. The athletic, aggressive fucking people. Maybe Baszler, maybe Asuka, shit like that.
Asuka's out for a hot minute.
Oh yeah. Tag team match for the NXT Tag Team Championships. You got Nathan Fraser and Axiom taking on the OC, Gallows and Anderson. Let's see. Pacman went OC, Nubby went OC. Who you got?
I'll go Axiom and the other guy.
Axiom and Fraser.
Yeah. I really need to have him watching NXT again.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Axiom and Fraser too. I mean, I could see the OC fucking winning. I can see them getting the run, so Fraser and Axiom could chase them again. But at the same time, I think Fraser and Axiom holds it a little bit longer and establishes a team. And then finally, we got the singles match for the NXT Championship: Trick Williams versus Ethan Page. Pacman and Nubby both went Trick. I'm also going Trick. What about you?
Yeah, I think it's going to be Trick. As much as I would like to see it be Ethan, I can't see new hire getting the championship right off the bat.
No.
I don't even know if that's ever happened. Not WWE, at least.
Like their first match being a title match and then winning?
Well, besides not coming from NXT to the roster, I'm talking into the company itself.
Carlito. I think Carlito won the U.S. title in his first match in that A.
Really?
I think so. I think so. I'm not 100% sure. But another thing too is like I guess it really just depends on what story they want to tell. Ethan Page could easily win. They could have a feud between Page and Williams and shit. I just don't think. I think after everything they've gone through with Williams to get Williams to where he is now, yeah, I don't see him losing to Ethan Page. But who knows? I mean, again, the thing about NXT is like they want to make everyone look fucking great. So something like this, I'm gonna guess Williams wins, but I'm guessing it's gonna be a quick roll up thing. It's gonna look like Page is gonna win, but it's gonna be a quick like small package or some shit. He's gonna pick up the victory. So I think he escapes with it. Yeah, like he's about to lose, but he escapes with it like last fucking second, like desperation roll up fucking pin victory. But it's a solid fucking match, man. I mean, all around, all these fucking matches are gonna be incredible, and it's interesting because as much as I think it should be, I don't know if Perez and Grace would be main event, but it fucking should be.
I would imagine that they would be, because you would have, if I'm bringing in an outside talent for a title match, I'm sorry, you're either going to be the first match on or the last match on, because those are your two strongest match points. You got to either start the show strong or end it strong.
Well, I know. So Jordan Grace, I mentioned, she wrestled on NXT this past week, and she was the opener. So
I can see them being the closer then.
I can too. So Battlegrounds is going to be 7 p.m. our time, Central Time, 8 p.m. Eastern for those who are wondering. So make sure you check it out over on Peacock. Jay, we got a little bit of time. Anything else wrestling related you want to talk about?
I did see something where WWE is filing for trademarks for WCW again.
That I did not hear about.
Yeah, I saw something. I don't know how.
Maybe it's like expiring.
It could be, but it was just interesting to see. Because I think they did the same thing for ECW not too far long ago too. Which I don't think you could ever bring that back.
On December 6th, the company filed a trademark on the following terms: Fully Loaded, Living Dangerously, Heat Wave, Anarchy Rules, World War III, Chi-Town Rumble. Oh my God, can you imagine NXT fucking TNA World War III? Fucking the 3 rings and shit.
They listen to us.
Chi-Town Rumble, Sin, Sold Out, New Blood Rising, Hog Wild, Capital Combat, Road Wild, Greed, Uncensored, Spring Stampede, Mayhem, Beach Blast, Massacre on 34th Street, Hardcore Heaven. All the trademarks listed were filed with the following description: entertainment services, namely a show about professional wrestling entertainment services, namely the production and exhibition of professional wrestling events, rendered live and through broadcast media, including television, and distributed via various platforms across multiple forms of transmission media. So, yep, WWE registers new WCW trademark. WWE has secured a new trademark related to WCW. Ted Turner founded promotion in 1988. So, I mean, cool. Yeah, I mean, I know trademarks expire.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah.
I could have met, man, World War III.
That'd be fucking cool, man.
You could, I mean, World War III, and let's not even SmackDown Raw versus NXT. That was one of the best Survivor Series that they ever put on, was when they did the 3 brands versus each other.
Yes. Yeah. And you can thank Saudi Arabia Airlines for that shit.
Really?
Oh, yeah, because of the flight delays and shit from Saudi, they had to fill the show with fucking NXT talent, and they kind of just built from there.
Oh, fuck them. Man, let it happen again, because that shit was awesome.
Yeah, I really liked it. I kind of I wish 2 things. One, I wish they brought NXT to Survivor Series consistently, and they left War Games in fucking NXT.
Yeah.
I'd rather War Games be at NXT because we went and it was fucking fantastic. Because I missed the old Survivor Series ways. I missed the 10-man elimination tag matches. You know,
it's definitely not what it like. And what I think it didn't used to be on Thanksgiving a couple times.
Survivor Series, yeah.
Yeah. I only say that because my birthday is on Thanksgiving this year.
I don't care.
Yeah, whatever, dude.
Didn't ask.
And you know what? Fuck Pacman. I was the first one to wish you happy birthday before your birthday. Because we recorded the show.
Dude, he didn't even wish me a happy birthday. He just put first birthday. What? He didn't even put, and that's the thing. That idiot not only put that in a private fucking message, he put that also on my fucking Facebook. First birthday. What? Not even happy birthday, just birthday. Fuck you, you idiot. Oh, that dipshit. Anything else, man? Anything AEW related, New Japan related, TNA related, other than what we know about Jordan Grace? You mentioned you sent some video about some dude making a return. I don't know. What video did you send me? Maybe I saw it on social media. Oh yeah, no, it was on social media. Like somebody's like, could you imagine if something like this happened and it was I think it was Clash at the Castle, and then some fucking dude made a return, and I can't remember the fucking dude's name, but he was at TNA's 20th anniversary show. I just can't remember what the fuck it is. Never mind, we can talk about that next week. That's fine.
Okay.
What are you gonna say? Anything else you want to talk about?
Nope, we're good.
Get at fucking within an hour. Clutch. Again, welcome, Lovely Intoxicated Podcast and Jedi Talk to Freakin Studios. I look forward to a long partnership with you guys. Make sure you follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, just by searching Just Freakin Wrestling at JFW Podcast. If you want to listen to us, you can listen to us either on iTunes, Spotify, Podbean, wherever you listen to your podcast. We are there. Just search Just Freakin Wrestling, search JFW Podcast. Make sure you click the notification bell, subscribe to us there. Give us a rating and review if they ask you to, because it does help out our podcast. If you prefer to watch it, you can watch us over at YouTube at Just Freakin Wrestling or JFW Podcast. And you can watch us talk about the shows. If you prefer, make sure you do subscribe over there, because giveaways are going to happen. We just got to get those subscribers over there to our channel. So, Jay, that's all I got.
Time to ring the bell on this episode.
Perfect. As always, I am Travis T.
I'm Dizzle J.
And thank you for listening to the episode of Just Freakin Wrestling, the JFW Podcast.
Peace.